fire away.
Your initial reaction to where you're going, who you're playing?
Well, I do know that Spokane is a very nice city.
We do know
which
that.
I did not know that. What was that, 2 years ago? I did not know river running through the middle of the city. Beautiful place. And people love basketball there. As far as St. Joe's, I hadn't seen them play until I watched them beat Temple back a long time ago, but I was really paying attention to Temple during the game. So I do know who DeAndre Bembry is, and Coach Darren Savino knows him well. He said Isaiah Miles is like the most improved player throughout his career, and he's had a tremendous year for them. Sammy knows, I just explained to Sammy that the hawk flaps the entire game.
Annoying.
And she said it's annoying. No, so I'm happy for our seniors. That's what I told Sammy. She was, "Dad, you nervous?" I said, "I'm coaching a lot of tournaments. Just, want to worried about Octavius and those guys, making sure that hopefully that they would, nothing crazy would happen today." So just happy for them.
You talk about the league getting respect, but you got 4 teams in, so do you think?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Tulsa got in, yep.
So that's great. I think, I think that we had a great league this year. I think that obviously the people on the committee watched a lot of games. I think there was good teams in our league that didn't make the tournament. Like I said, we have 4 tournament teams, really 5 playing in our league because of SMU. So when you have 11 teams in the league and you have 5 of them are tournament teams, and and Memphis and Houston as well, you're playing a lot of good games now. That's for us. That's 12 really good opponents. So, plus the non-league schedule we played. I don't really know too much. I really didn't pay attention after they put us up. I don't know anything about who didn't get in or anything.
Is it a break at all that you don't have to play until Friday because you got some guys back?
Yes, that's who do you play? As soon as they said we were in, I said, who when? So Friday was great. Gary was smiling. Really, a lot of guys in there smiling because. As it turned out, as much as we would have liked to win the conference tournament, with the injuries that we've been dealing with, the rest time definitely has been, and hopefully it'll be good for us. Win, lose, or draw, it's always good to be healthy. So the time off, that definitely helped.
So, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but Farad, Shaq, Jacob, and Gary, we're dealing with injuries.
Troy's been playing hurt for a month as well. We just don't talk about it.
You got counting, you got 37 points.
Yeah. I tell him he's got off season to get healthy.
But there's a chance they could all play?
Hopefully, I'm hoping they all play.
Okay.
Shaq would be the worst of the injured guys. The rest of them, but we've had such bad luck. Gary sprained his ankle on I was blowing my whistle to end practice to start the walkthrough. We only practiced for 50 minutes on the play. Gary got hurt the day before the UConn game. So like I told Octavius, and it's time for us to get lucky because we sure haven't had much.
Mick, you fought for your tournament hopes at the podium the last couple of times you've been at the podium for your team to prove they deserve to be in.
Yeah, I don't think anybody listened. I really don't. I just think the committee does what they do.
But has it been frustrating for you to hear all of the stuff that goes around and now to see that you're in? Is there just some relief?
It's not, because I ignore it all. As soon as we went up on the board and I told the guys, please turn off the volume. And Kevin Johnson said, I can't take it any either. And as soon as I was addressing the team, they immediately picked St. Joe's. I guess they were doing their select immediately, and the guys all started laughing. So they're so used to it. But for me, it doesn't. I don't. I think I tell my players all the time, if you listen to what people say, you give them significance. So it's the reason I don't listen to. I don't listen to praise either. You just go to work. It's just I try to tell those guys you got to operate that way. So I think it's great for the coaches and the teams that made it that we play a lot against. Obviously, UConn and Temple and Tulsa. So validation of our competition we play all year. I don't have a lot of nice things to say about the conference right now. So office, that is.
What does it mean to you to make it 6 straight times in the tournament?
Well, it was 11 teams that have made it 5 straight years. Did Ohio State get in?
8 that have made it 8 now.
It's down to 8. And Gonzaga had to win their conference tournament to make it. So you got 8 teams that made it 6 years in a row. You know, we don't play in a new arena. We were yanked out of a great conference. And we don't have everything everybody else has. But I think that the kids that helped us get into the tournament, that rebuilt the program, and not just the kids that have made it the last 6 years, they played with a lot of heart to restore the pride in our program. So I like to include them in what's going on. You know, a guy like John Williamson, you know, those kind of guys, I think about them. So it's a credit to the kids, you know, and their toughness and how much pride they play with. You know, we try to be tough to beat, and when we make shots, we're really hard to beat. And when the clock starts on time, we're really difficult to beat.
Have you talked to your players about what happened in that game anymore, or you just want to forget it, or do you feel the need to talk?
I told them in there, well, you know, I think it was the final straw. Let's get all bad luck, unfairness, and bad things out of the way. It's our time to be lucky. And as soon as the race ended, or as soon as we went up on the board, Sammy and I went in the other room and tell them what happened.
Oh, our first one.
So the luck has already started.
But did you talk to them at all about how to deal with that, or?
You know, obviously, in all seriousness, you get, you know, coaches, we all say things like, you know, there's no such thing as luck, and, you know, you create your own luck through hard work, and, you know, we had a guy make a shot after the buzzer that counted from 80 feet, and another guy in the Tulsa game made one that was a legal shot. And that's all happened. I mean, there's so many things that have happened to these guys. That's a good thing. You know, I don't know. They've bounced off the mat. We have won 10 of our last 13 going into the conference tournament. So in my mind, we've won 11 of our last 14.
What's different in the tournament that you have to do maybe than the regular season or the conference tournament? I
think, you know, any coach is going to say this, Gresh. I heard Bill Self say it when I was subjected to the volume. You got to make shots. To win 6 in a row, I think your seniors got to play well, and you got to have a guard and get hot. This is everybody, and you might be able to grind out a win or two, but to really advance, I think you got to get hot. You know, and I think that's a big key. You got, you know, like, and that's why I was so upset the other day, because our kids made some big time plays. But I think you got to get hot. You got to knock down shots. You can't go out. You go out and go 1 for 18 or 19 in the NCAA tournament, you're going to be in deep trouble from behind the line. You know, so because everybody's good. They're going to say this match. Hey, everybody in this tournament's in for a reason. So you're not going to play anybody that's not a good team. You know, so St. Joe's won the Atlantic 10. They won, you know, it's a very good league. So. They're good teams. You have to play well with them. But I really think when you get well-coached teams playing hard, and all these kids know how to win, or their team will be in the tournament, and it comes down to making plays. You know, you can't have that day where you just can't throw it in the ocean. If that happens, you're probably going home. For anybody, really.
If you can get this win, do you declare yourselves Atlantic 10 champions this year?
I don't know how many we played.
Just George Washington and VCU, but they were both right there at the top two.
No, I don't kid around about leagues. We've been in enough of them since I was a student here.
Would Gary and Shaq have played yesterday?
I would have probably shut Gary down if the clock would have started and we'd have won, and we would have officially won the game. I would have shut Gary down. He would have tried to stop me, but you know, Quadri's on scholarship for a reason, and Corey would have played more. And to be honest, I'd have played Corey more, but UConn was in a 4-guard offense, so playing big was going to be tough against that particular team. Justin would have played a lot against Temple, but I still would have expected to win. See, people think, well, then I would have fully expected to win. Just because those guys maybe don't get in games doesn't mean they can't play. It doesn't mean they're not capable of helping us.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.